Looks like I'm alive. Alive, alive, I say. Okay, let me get over to YouTube so I can see the way you see things. It'll just take a minute for it to load up. We're always waiting for it to load up. It's a thing. It's definitely a thing. I hope you all have had a great week so far. I know I didn't get on live for a few days that I really should have. And I hope that you'll accept my apologies. I've just been tired. I have been keeping up with Scraps of Joy, just doing them offline. Some days, it was like, it felt like an overwhelming thing to just even film a video. But feeling a little more upbeat today, got a little bit more energy. So I thought we'd just get on here and go with the flow. And so here we are. We are going to be working in this book today, and I'll show you the pages that I worked on while I was not filming videos. Basically, since I want to say, what's the last one I did? I think it was this one, day 24. So, and that was the 25th of April. Although it might have been, I know we did this one, that's day 22, and then we did day 24. Yeah, I think this is the last one that we worked on together. So, where am I? And why is Google open? Oh, here we go. It's taking a little. It's doing the circle of death on the YouTube screen. So, and I'm still working. So, and I'm still working. Yes, the volume needs to be on. It's a thing. It's definitely a thing. But, maybe just want to look at the pretty, pretty pictures. I don't know. I need to move this tape out of the way because for this journal, I need to have the journal. I feel like I'm buffering now. Am I buffering? I'm buffering. Oh, no. Let's see. Okay, I think it's okay now. Hey, Angie, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. So I'm still working kind of back and forth. So this is the last one we did. So that's day 24. So let's figure out where day 25 is. That's day 23. Day 25 is this one. And I just did, this is kind of a montage of like calming, happy pictures. There's a guy sitting off a hiking trail, just kind of looking out in the distance at the valley below. Some kids biking. Here's a little beach scene. We got some daisies in the background here from a calendar page. A guy in a fishing boat, just serene, relaxing, calm things. This is a lake scene. Here's a little path on a beach, one of those wooden paths. And then some background kind of stuff. There's a little bit of a jelly print that I was sent, and that's a little bit of polka dot paper. And then this was just laying out on my desk. Been cleaning for 2 days. Good grief. Hey, Stephanie. I'm not necessarily hiding. I just did not have the energy, And so I stuck with the things I knew needed to be done. And I knew that I'd get back to this. It just took a couple days for my energy level to kind of wrap back around. So this is day 25. And then here we go. Day 26 right here. It says, what if? And then there's the UFO with we got a little bit of a lifted corner here. Not a lifted corner. So here we go. And the UFO in the car, and then today, and then some ice cream, and I've got some ice cream pictures here. Just something a little bit fun. That's a lot of cleaning. So that's 26. This is day 27 right here. There's our comic that I got in one of the Happy Mails. Have you ever looked at someone and thought, that person needs some slap therapy? This says, surprise a friend with a gift. And then that's just made with other images that I like that kind of felt right on the 28th. So that's day 27. This is day 28. And this is part of I ordered something. And so this is one of those plastic bubble bags. I just really like polka dots. It's a thing I like. There's some some berries over here. Oh, we got another lifting corners, man. Sometimes you can't tell till it's totally dry. One of those rainbow pops, a lady meditating, and it just says a daily dose of happily ever after. Sometimes happily ever after is little things, right? So that was on the 29th. And here's day 29, which was 30th of April. Change starts with you. So yoga, and there's some nuts in the background. They're the tiny little chopped peanuts for like Sundays and stuff, but who's not a little nuts? The lady with the, just looking out at the world. There's a strawberry cut into slices and a couple of blackberries, It has meaning for me, even if it doesn't make any sense to anybody else. So that is day 29. And this is day 30 here. Now, I almost never use a phrase like this. I celebrate myself, but I'm trying to be more positive. Oh, no, you had to do the... Sometimes I don't want... Sometimes you feel like a nut, and sometimes you don't. Are you guys buffering? I'm buffering here. I am getting some buffering. So there's a little bit of a makeup palette in the background. I just like the colors on it. Oh, here we go. This is because it's on. This is the page that was the giant window envelope from the post office. So this is on the back side, and then I just covered it up with other things, and I'll explain that stuff in a minute. So it's like a landscape, and there's a little RV over here. So, and the dog was just fun. No buffering for you guys. Just me, huh? It's driving me a little bananas. So that's day 30. And day 31 is this one, which is very simplistic. This was out of a travel magazine. It was all about the stuff from a state, the state flower and stuff. This is just a cutout from a magazine. It's like a fruit, lavender. It was a health thing, things you could do for your skin or your overall health. Hey, Christine, how you doing? I hope you got my email. And that you're having a wonderful Thursday. Stephanie, did I say hello to you already? Yes, I did, because you wondered where I was hiding. And then this is just kind of a creepy forest picture over here. And those are just things I love, because that's how I felt that day. And that is day 31, which was the 2nd of May. So day 32 is this one. And I have the other half of the hand here. And this is the back side of this picture. Like, this actually goes over here where the palm tree is, but I don't want to put that there. I think I like this little Hawaiian lady, and I'll probably crop it down like this and use her over here. But I am going to put the hand down when I get to this page. Like that. And so it'll be similar, but it's on a different day. So this is like an island picture, and that's like a boho kind of living space. So you could, where shall we go? Do we go out and have an adventure, a wanderlust kind of thing? Or do we stay at home do we go home and be comfy and cozy with the things we love? So that was day 32, which was the 3rd. And then I think that's current. Yes. Yes, because I did not do yesterday. I specifically waited until today to do it. And I'm going to go completely, I just threw some stuff on the ground. I'm going to go completely out of order. Now, I've heard a couple of things with the Revenge of the May the 4th be with you. And I've heard both Revenge of the 5th and Revenge of the 6th because they can be, I know I dropped at least 2 things and I can only find one. Because they can both be kind of turned into Sith. I dropped a Star Wars thing and I don't know where it went. Well, we must not need it then. It went to the void and it didn't come back. Bless you by the whales. Let's see. They're trying to keep people from thumbsing people up or down before they go live. So that only people who actually come into the lives can thumbs up or thumbs down, or who watch the replay. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this phrase. I know I want to use this soon. It's just a vibe I'm feeling. So I'm going to put that up here. But so I'm doing May the 4th be with you for yesterday. And I originally, how I remember it is Revenge of the 5th. So I don't care if it's the 5th or the 6th. I'm not going to argue with people about it, whatever one you want to do. But it was a back-to-back thing when I originally started seeing it coming out. So that's how I'm going to do it. So when I sold the Star Wars pack, I there were leftover pages. And so I have some of these from the tea-dyed pages. And that's out of the little comic book thing. These are also from the tea-dyed ones. These are like the cover stuff. So thought we might be able to use these. That's from the little comic book. And then I have these little, I thought we could cut that out and use them. And just do a little collage with the, a background. And I think I left some pages over here that are from a bigger magazine that are also Star Wars related. Let me figure out where I put those. So that we have options, right? Or we could, So I have these from one of the fashion magazines, either Elle or Bazaar. I'm not sure which one. But she did a photo shoot with some Star Wars stuff. So I thought we might be able to use something out of one of these. That has kind of a Star Wars feel to it. That's off the cover of a Game Informer. And then these are from a Game Informer, the Legos game. So we're not going to use all of this, obviously. But here we have The Force is Calling. So we have choices. We have lots and lots of, there's the The Force Awakens. That's from the game The Force Awakens. So yeah, so we have options. We have lots of fun stuff. Hey, Louise. Long time no see. I hope you are doing well. I've been lurking in Patty's a couple of times and seeing you. I'm glad that you are doing well and having fun. So we have to make hard decisions. But I thought it might be fun to do this as a 2-page thing, even if it's not, back to front in order. This seems like a fun thing to put just in the middle of the book. So I really kind of want to put this in there because it's like the kiddie version of the whole thing. And we may add in a couple of other, like do other pages. This book is actually almost out of pages. And I've mostly been doing single page spreads. So that says something right there. So I got to be careful because the page in the back is also white. So we might use the Phantom Bully. We'll see. Oops. You're welcome, Angie. Yeah, they're just trying to keep people from, because sometimes people will see that somebody's going live and they'll go in and they'll thumbs up, but they're not going to watch the video, or they'll see somebody's going to go live and they'll go in and they'll give them, you know, a bunch of thumbs down for somebody they don't like, which doesn't feel very good, I don't think. So they're doing some testing to make I think I want that closer, or we might cut some of these people out. I don't know. We'll see what we're gonna do. We have choices. I think I'm gonna use the Yoda, but I'm probably gonna tear around the phrase. There's just a lot of space there, and I think I would like there to be, you know, for this to take up less space. I yanked off part of Yoda's hand. Sorry, Yoda. Okay, so, and then let's tear around his little word bubble. Do. All right. So I know Star Wars isn't everybody's jam. It's not one of my favorite movies. I mean, I like it and all that, but I'm not like a super fan. I just thought it was a fun thing to add to my journal, you know? I'm going to start looking up more of those fun, silly holidays. Like, I think we've already passed Towel Day for oh God, now I can't think of the name of the book. It went right out of my head. The Don't Panic movie. What is that? The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Well, I'm not saying that's not true, Angie, but not about that specific thing, right? And then I'm going to fussy cut out some of these little, this is the TIE Fighter. Just things we can, and I'll show the pages in my personal journal that I made. Just because, you know, there's a variety of ways to use these things. And there are still packs in the store if you're running late with your monthly journaling, or you just like Star Wars and you want to incorporate a little more Star Wars into your life. But yeah, I think Towel Day was, I'm not sure, or if it's this month. I can't remember. But I know there's like a couple of Whovian sort of holidays and stuff. So I thought, and then there's like, you know, those kind of made up ones that different industries put out. Like, you know, there's National Hamburger Day and National Guacamole Day. So I'm going to look up some of those and put them into my brain It's just a way to bring a little bit of fun to some of the collaging and the scraps of joy, to get to theme some of it, you know. I don't want to do that all the time because then it feels contrived, and the whole point of scraps of joy is to just engage in a little daily art, you know. Not something big and important, just something fun and fluffy to enjoy. Hey, Carla. The stormtrooper guys. The ones they were in the picture with the lady. Let me see if I can find one now. It's back here. These guys, the stormtroopers. Let's see. Concentrating on not cutting the leg off. I may need to move to some smaller scissors. I did get this little pair of scissors when I was out with elves. Okay. And then I threw them in here. But also my little orange scissors are, here we go. I found my orange scissors. Maybe. Come to me, orange scissors. Okay, now that I threw stuff everywhere. The black ones came in right. Oh my goodness. That could be a little intimidating, right? Because they do kind of come in as like a military force, you know, marching in, I think. So you get that kind of intimidating vibe. Come on. Almost there. Okay, that's two things. I don't know where the typewriter went. Oh, maybe it's under this lady. There it is. Okay. And then I'm going to cut out the lady, but I want to keep this is kind of a nod at being pagan. This is a character that's considered a witch in it's the witches of, I'm sure I'm going to murder this, Dathomir. She was the leader of the Dark Side Night Sisters clan. So I just thought, you know, as kind of a nod towards my own thing, this would be fun to include in there. But I do want to fussy cut her out. Okay. So we're kind of cut some of the detail off on this beaded piece she's got, because it would be super hard to get it cut out without taking 85 years. And ain't nobody got time for that. It's taken long enough as it is. Anybody working on anything specific in their crafting? Or you've got any projects coming up that you're doing? In a little bit, I'm going to show you guys kind of my thoughts on on what I'm going to do for this month's theme for Elle's over at Bemis Crafty Corners 12 of 22 journal challenge. There we go. So she's cut out. Oh, crap. One one more. Well, I'm going to cut that out only if I need it because we've already cut out 3 and we only have so much room. Okay. Which side do we like better? I kind of like this side a little bit better. So let's tear at the bottom here. Cool. Yeah, right. It could be frightening to small children. Hey, Kristen, how's it going? So that would need to go right up against an edge because that side is straight and this side is not quite so straight. So let's see. Maybe we put this. Nope, I want that to. Okay, that's not going to work. We've got our little Yoda. Maybe we put him in here with these guys. We drop that a little bit. We'd have to cover up somebody's. Or maybe we could. Maybe if I tear off the little. I don't know what you call the little thing that starts out the thought bubble. And we could add it down here. Okay, so we're getting a start. We're getting a start. Nope, I don't want to cover up that side for sure. Okay. Let's see, where'd she go? Right here. I'm looking at options. You think you overdid it working on a die? Oh my. Yeah, that's tiny, tiny pieces and a lot of repetitive action, right? That could totally exacerbate your carpal tunnel, or even if you don't have it, it could, you know, could put stress on your. Oh shit, I just did something. Hold on. I think I just like maneuvered right off the page. Okay, so we've got one of the Star Wars images over here, and I just want to straighten that up a tiny bit. So it goes closer, flusher to the edge. Like that. I don't know that these are all good guys over here. They don't all necessarily look like good guys. So we can't have a straight up good guy, bad guy side. Let me get rid of some trash. Hold on. Elva's sending me messages from the other room, so I just want to.
Here's the rest of your
Oh my God!
Sorry, here's the rest of your month. And there's a link to the listing in your Facebook.
National Beverage Day doesn't say what kind of beverage.
Oh, there's a National Blame Somebody Else Day.
Oh yeah! Crepe Suzette Day. What's a crepe Suzette? I know what a crepe is. Must be a certain kind of.
It's dessert, yeah.
I'm sure, but Suzette is like strawberries or something.
But
I'm looking for the funnier National
forward.
Barrier Awareness Day. What is that? National Roast Leg of Lamb Day. So we could totally get onto some fun. National Coconut Cream Pie Day. That is my absolute favorite pie.
There's your jam right there. Anyway, that's the rest of the month for you, and the rest
Cool.
of them you'll find in
my bingy.
Facebook bingy.
Bingy. Okay. Well, now we've got some fun stuff to focus on. Yay. Yes, it's very repetitious, but I understand. I think it would drive me mad because, you know, I have coordination issues, and my eyes, I would have to buy like a magnifying thing to do it because my eyesight is not what it used to be. And even with tiny, tiny things, sometimes even with my reading glasses on, it's a little bit. I know eventually I'm going to have to go and get like a eye exam. But I'm putting it off, you know. Well, we will send healing energy your way, and we'll keep positive thoughts for you because that sucks. Okay, so maybe, let's see. We don't necessarily have to. Okay, hold on. I'm having thoughts. It's true. I had a thought. I had a whole thought. Okay. Now, let's put this back up here. That right there. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Hold on, I'm looking at stuff. We already used a typewriter, so we don't need a second one, I don't think. Okay. Hey, Mary, how's it going? Okay, we got a little Wookie going on right here. Okay, we need that. I just need it to be a little bit straighter because I want it to go right on the edge right there. There we go. So far, so good. Push that up a little bit. I know. I can't even remember the last time I got mine checked. I wouldn't say it's been more than 5 years. Let's just say that. Let's just leave it at that. All right, so that part's done. We do have an X-Wing fighter here. If we're trying to keep kind of a balance going. Let's just chop a little bit more off this side. There we go. And we'll run it a little bit up over the bottom of that. Now back to our regularly scheduled activities. Okay. Make sure there's nothing on those before we throw them away. You're going to be off until Monday. And Mary's on a break at work. She's working hard, but going to have a nice weekend. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have going on over here in our little Star Wars pile that I showed you before? so we shortened his lightsaber. Is that a bad thing? Did I just like totally ruin his day? Okay, all those are, let's try and slide that in here. There's a little Lando and I think Luke. Or maybe it's supposed to be hard to tell with the Legos sometimes. For me anyway. Okay. So we've got some real little like covers from Game Informers that have the bad guys from the let me tear that off there. I don't want it to say Game Informer. But they're the like the Sith from the Lego game. So we could work them in here somewhere. Now we've got another guy over here. Okay. Maybe right up in there. Is that too much bad guy things at one time? Or maybe a little bit down here. Okay, let's see. Snuck off my breath out of all the breaks, plus a few extras. Bye, journal. Or bye, journal. Bye, Louise. Good luck with your journals. Have fun. And happy crafting. Okay. So, let's see. I think this is all trash over here, so let's get rid of that. I think we just want this. I kept the guide to the Star Wars universe, but I think I just want it to say Star Wars. In case it's not obvious enough. Probably. Like that, maybe. Right in there. Okay, that's trash now. So we just need a couple more small things. And check out the other side of this. More M&Ms, but they're not Halloween M&Ms. So they're the crispy ones. I can't believe they're making a megastar like me do this. That's the red guy. There's the, hey, I know those guys. Okay, so we got these little tiny guys, and I am gonna just work on cutting those down a little bit. It'll be off camera for a second, but I'm leaving you with the overall collage to look at. Okay. All right, so we're just going to pile them up in a pile for right now. Do, 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 do. I ate all the cheesecake? She's lying to you. I have not had cheesecake for a while. We had cheesecake in the house, but it was Mike's cheesecake, and he ate it. I had nary a piece. So don't be telling tales out of school over there. I have not had cheesecake. She's just trying to disguise the fact that she's got all the cheesecake over there. Mary's like, I've got all. That's where it is. Mary's got the cheesecake. Well, she works hard. She deserves the cheesecake. We won't roll her down the hill in a wheelchair to steal her cheesecake today. No guarantee on other days, though. When it comes to cheesecake, we can be pretty brutal. Just saying. Okay. Getting there. Okay, so I had a couple of things I wanted to talk about tonight. Just as general interest things, and because some people have asked me why I don't do certain things or why I do some of the things I do. Addressing happy mails. I don't usually open those on my channel live unless one I've been requested to. I did used to. I don't anymore because I kind of had some not negative feedback necessarily, but I had some thoughts about how I felt when I first came to the crafting community and I would watch people open emails, or not emails, but happy mails. And so one of the reasons I don't is because for especially new people, watching somebody open a happy mail from, say, somebody who has known a person for a while or is just a really big fan of the person, that is really huge. Sets kind of an unrealistic expectation for what the average person might send as a happy mail. Now, speaking for me personally and not anybody else, I am happy to receive an entire huge box full of stuff or to receive a single item in an envelope. If it's because it's the spirit that it's given in. Somebody might send me a single image that I might absolutely love or that they think fits with a theme I'm working on or something like that. Pineapple sherbet. That's a cheese pie. Ooh, hi, Neener. So or if you're new and maybe you've received a couple of emails or engaged in a couple of trades, when I first started out, I did some swaps and a few, those ones where you put your name on the list and you're new to the group and you say, hey, I'm new to the group and I've added my name to the rack list or whatever. And I got some things that weren't very well considered, that were almost trash. It was clear the person put no thought into it, and it was stuff that I know that person wouldn't have used. But watching them send happy mails to people they know better, and the quality of items they were giving to other people. You're in the balcony. Hi, Janice. So I don't always show all of what some people send me because they may have asked me not to, because I don't want somebody to think that's my expectation for a happy mail, or that's what you should expect as a happy mail. Most happy mails I received are smaller. I'm happy to get any happy mail at all because it's a gift. So I don't really engage in too much swaps or challenges that involve swaps because I had some very negative experiences, where I would send out what I thought was a pretty good happy mail. It's not unopened, lots of unopened brand name stuff because I don't have that kind of budget. But I wasn't sending garbage either. At least I didn't feel like I was. And I kind of lost my train of thought there. So for those reasons, I don't always show a Happy Mail or a full Happy Mail. See, Janice goes overboard. I tend to go overboard, but it's because I get excited about, and then you've got this pile of stuff and you're like, well, I overdid it. But I've also sent a single image to somebody because I really felt they would enjoy it. A little while ago, I sent to Nicole at Relax Cut Glue. I sent her a single image of something from I think The Shining, or it was a movie that she really liked. No, it was what was that? Anyway, it was a single image, but I got back a very nice message from her. Thanks so much. I used it right away. Yeah, that's how I felt, Carla. So in answer to the questions that's been asked, that's why sometimes I don't show my Happy Mails live. It's kind of a twofold thing. I can never tell when I'm supposed to reciprocate. Are you supposed to reciprocate every time somebody sends you something? I've had people tell me, do not reciprocate. Don't turn this into a swap war. Sometimes I'm hesitant to send out a Happy Mail because I see somebody all the time. Oh, I've had that too. I think a lot of people have had that one. Oops, we don't want to put Han Solo next to Han Solo. That's a little silly. So we'll put Han Solo over here. I lost my train of thought again. Or here's the thing. I struggle with this one, and I don't know if anybody else struggles with it. I might make something and think, oh, I should send it to so-and-so, or I'd like to send so-and-so something, but I don't, because some people never talk about what they craft. And I don't want to send something to somebody and they're like, what the hell were you thinking? This is, I would never use this, whether it's a supply or a finished thing. I know, Carla. And I'm just kind of spitballing here on thoughts I've had recently. I watched somebody open a Happy Mail the other day, and it was like a big box. It took up, it must have been 2 feet by 1.5 feet. And it wasn't super thick, but the amount of stuff they pulled out of there, I'm like, if I sent somebody that amount of stuff, I may not have anything left to craft with in certain areas, And a lot of it was new, unopened stuff. I'm like, I don't always have that. I have that. Aw. Well, time is a whole different thing. Not everybody has time to do everything they want. So I hope that answers kind of the question, but also gets at why I might be hesitant to send out a Happy Mail or suggest it. That's why sometimes when I finish a journal and I know that I have a couple of different kinds in that size or that are similar, I'll offer it as a giveaway. Often in the comments. And I do that because I don't want to just pick somebody and go, oh, I'm going to gift this to so-and-so without knowing 100% that they would like to receive it. Oops. Because I don't like the idea of something that I made, that would put the time into, and then maybe they might wind up throwing it in the trash because they're like, I don't even know why this person sent this to me. Kind of thing, Okay. We need something there. What do we have that could go there? I'm just looking at a few things here. Can't be something big. Everything I have left is big. Maybe we just need some collage fodder to fill the space. Something. Something that is just colorful. Work with. Typically, yes, I do send stuff back unless the person has said don't. You know, some people like to give things, but they may not necessarily craft all that often themselves, you know. Maybe they're more of a collector of craft things, sort of vibe. Do I like this? Something's going to have to go there, but okay, so I think we're going to start inking and putting things down. Hey, all right, Stephanie, you lurk all you need to. Carla, I don't always feel that way, but thank you. That's very kind. Yeah, I don't expect something back either. Sometimes I just feel like you see something and you're like, I've often been going through magazines and stuff and I see sneakers and I'm like, oh, I should send that to Elizabeth at Never Hopeless. But then I think, well, I've seen a lot of people send her sneakers. I don't want to send her so she has so many that she could never use them all and she either has to re-gift or throw them out, because you don't need 150 sneakers, you know. You could be glue booking with sneakers for the rest of your life, you know, right? But so, you know, I know somebody who really likes M&Ms. We've got Jacqueline at Lovely's Crafting Lodge who likes Justin Bieber. So now I know if I see something Bieber, I'm going to send it off to her, even if that's the only thing it is. I didn't know it was your birthday, Stephanie. I didn't get any kind of note. Happy birthday, even if I'm late, or happy or anniversary. Happy anniversary. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. So, and never feel shy to ask me if I'd like to engage in, you know, if you would like to get a happy mail. I don't, even if I send you a happy mail and you've asked me to send you a happy mail, I don't expect anything in return, you know. Sometimes giving is just fun. I've been hesitant to put like a rack list in the group. But I guess we could start a thread where, you know, if somebody would like to receive a happy mail from me, and like maybe put in your favorite colors, or if you'd like collage stuff, or definitely not collage stuff. And then you could also comment, you know, if I send you one, you would like to send one back, kind of thing, you know, but where it's not required in any way that you do that. We could do that in the group if you guys are interested. Because, and the reason and it would be like you would private message me. Nobody has to put their email or address out there publicly. And this is the reason why. There are some sellers out there who stock the rack lists to find customers who don't pay. And I get it, because sometimes people forget to email you and whatnot. But I've seen it to the degree that they're basically harassing the person. And so I That bothers me. But I've seen it used to good force, that maybe the person just forgot to send you their email, and you don't want to go out publicly and go, so and so hasn't contacted me. Would somebody give me their email address or tell them? It's a way to find people and discreetly do it. But I've seen people shamed as well. Okay. Well, just know that, if you ever want a happy mail from me and I haven't suggested it, don't be shy about asking. And I'm more to the small to midland size happy mails myself. I also don't want it to cost $8 million in shipping, because I'm a cheap bitch. Okay. So we're getting a start here. I don't think we wanted anything to go under that, so we can also go ahead and nail that one down. It's almost time to fill the glue feels like it's maybe down to here. Time to fill my glue bottle again. Okay. Now we were going to put this down here. So I think the Wookiee kind of goes right here. And I'm even going to trim that down just a little bit more over here to fit it closer. There we go. Fit it closer to the edge without going over. Okay. And she's going to have a racing scooter. Yeah. Well, I understand the joy of getting a really big one, and that is awesome. I love getting a big one. But there's something equally joyful about small ones, because often it's the kind of thing that somebody saw on the fly and thought, oh my God, that would be perfect for blah, 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 blah. The person or a person and a type of thing that they're working on, or a thing they said they're going to be making soon, I've sent things to people where they said, I'm starting to collect things for an Alice journal, or I'm starting to collect things for a moon journal, where I might be like, oh, I think I have a few things that would be fun for that. I don't want to send them enough stuff for a whole journal. That's awfully presumptuous of me that they're going to want to use everything that I send. But I'm like, oh, I can help them along their way a little bit. And when you're collecting for a journal, sometimes it can take you 6 months, a year. I've been collecting stuff for some journals that are very specific for a year or longer. I just put it in a little envelope, and I know that someday I'm going to open that envelope and go, oh, it's time to make the journal. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. It's your favorite person ever. Okay. Let's see. Now we know this is going to go under there. So maybe we want to do like that. That gets Han next to Chewie.
Did you see the question?
What?
Somebody wanted to know what was the difference between a happy mail and a random act of kindness.
A random act of kindness is usually anonymous. A happy mail, you generally know the person who's sending it, and they know you, and they know your taste and things you're working on and stuff like that. A rack is just a random act of kindness. Maybe you saw somebody's wish list on Amazon, or you heard them, or you saw them in a box and we're talking about something they were really excited about, and you know they're on so and so's rack list in such and such group, and so you may not even put your name on it, because you don't want something in return. It's a random act of kindness with no expectation. Or you might just include a note and your YouTube handle and leave it at that. You like what's her bucket too? So that is the distinction for me between the two. If other people have other thoughts, please feel free to put them in. I don't always think of everything. I'm not a perfect person. I'm far from it. Okay. So now I'm thinking I might want Yoda down here and put his little word bubble. Where did his little word bubble go? Please tell me I didn't lose his little word bubble. There it is. There's his little word bubble. Like right over here. Okay. Whoops. Losing stuff left and right. And into the void it went. Maybe it's down here. Maybe it's this thing. Nope. It's not that thing. Of course, nobody means you, Angie. Luke thingy is my favorite thing. You are a treasure in the community, Angie. Don't ever think otherwise. Okay, so we said we were going to put this over here. So that may be another area where we need a little bit of collage fodder to just... Do we have more of that red? Maybe we've got a little bit more of that red we can use. Okay. Put that over there that way. Because the image is, on tea-dyed paper and it's a line drawing. You use What's Your Bucket all the time. It's a very popular YouTuber. It's lots of happy mails. What's Your Bucket over there? And I'm not saying that people should stop. Please don't take this to mean that I think everybody should stop showing their happy mails. I'm just saying that's why I don't tend to. But also, I used to be a booktuber part-time, which is, that's the book version of crafting, craft tube, because I like to read. But it became such a consumerist thing where people were hauling. Those were the most popular, and even in crafting in most communities, haul videos are the most watched because you love to see what other people buy and what's out there in different regions and stuff, and what interests people. But to the point where people would be buying, hundreds of books a year and reading almost none. And since I'm on a tiny budget, I can't compete with that. I was reviewing books from the library and stuff, I wasn't reviewing really anything new. It's just, I was putting out there what I read, what I like, and talking about it. So I think for me, I don't want to put out there that we should all be spending money. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing this bad. I've been in all the chats for 6 years. That is a long time, Angie. So I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to make anybody feel bad for if they've done it, because there's nothing wrong with showing your happy mails. It's awesome. You feel good when you get a happy mail, and you were like, oh, I want to show everybody what an awesome, person this is, and all the yummy goodies. And so I don't have to explain every time I use something. Well, I got this happy mail. So either way is fine, but I'm just talking about my personal motivations for things. I'm not saying anything is wrong in the community because that's not my jam. All things are good. You do what makes you happy, what brings you joy in your crafting. Yeah, I get it, Kristen. I do, because I'm on a tiny budget too. And, you know, because of COVID and various other things and then the war breaking out, and you know, sales are down overall. And that is my source of income. And I'm not saying you guys buy more stuff from me right now. I'm just saying, like, on Etsy, sales are down overall for most people, except a few niche markets. Yeah, that's a good point, Els. I also don't send anything out expecting anything. As a matter of fact, often I prefer not to. And for people who maybe have a huge stash and they're like, geez, but they don't want to have a sale for whatever reason, you know, they're not looking to make more money to buy more things. They're just like, well, I have a lot of stuff and I won't use it before I'm dead. You know, I don't know what I was thinking when I bought this, and so would really love it.
Well, think of all the stuff that we get on Scavenger.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Do I need a whole pack of 24 napkins? Hell no.
There is no way in Hades.
Do I need all 500 sheets of that parchment paper? No. Do I want it? Yes.
But you don't need it.
No. So, you know, or book pages, or, you know, dictionary. Yeah, I collect dictionaries. I have more dictionaries than one person should possibly have.
Yeah, but yours is part of your business. But I'm talking about just regular stuff.
Yeah.
You know, how many times have you seen me? I'll go out and I'll buy something because there's like an element in it that I want to use.
But then you have 15 other similar, but not the one you want.
Elements. And what am I going to do with them?
So you bought a pack of flower stickers or whatever, and you're like, I really just want this one because it's for this thing.
Right. So
and
what
yes,
am I going to do with the rest?
I could use all of these other ones, but then they'd be sitting in a box for a month, 6 weeks,
a year.
Because I have 80 bajillion flowers already. Or I could put this in a package to somebody who I know
could use
just said, I fucking ran out of flower stickers. And you're like, boom, problem solved. And it's the exact kind they happen to like.
Exactly. Or it's something that they couldn't get for themselves or wouldn't buy for themselves.
And Angie says, I just like to pick out my own things. And that is the thing. That's why some people ask for you not to return a Happy Mail.
Yep.
They may not craft in the style of things that I have. They may not craft at all.
Yep.
They don't want people to assume that they're needy and they should be given things. There's a lot of reasons. I think we've killed this subject. We're done.
We're done.
What's the other topic?
Moving on.
Moving on with life, man. Poor Yoda. We're going to rip off the bottom of Yoda, too. New topic. We'd suddenly become the Mad Hatter. New chair. Silence of the Lambs. That was the movie. Yeah. So you might not, you may get a box of stuff and be like, where am I even going to put all this? Not that you don't feel grateful for what you've received, but you're like, I don't have enough places for this. So it creates a conundrum because you don't want to throw out somebody's things that somebody sent you, but you also don't have a place for it. Well, yes, Angie, of course. But we're just talking in general. There are lots of reasons why people may not want a reciprocal. Okay. So this is looking pretty good so far. I'm not sure. We were going to put that over there. I don't want to nail these things down yet because something needs to go there. Okay, the TIE Fighter is going up here. So let's work on this side a little bit with the things we know that are 100% going in place. Put the lotion in the basket. where it hits the hose again. Yeah, that's one of her favorite movies, and she does. I think for the last couple of years, she's done a collage specifically for that. So I had I had that horror movie posters book, and I kept both the Silence of the Lamb posters for her, and I forgot to mail them out the first year, and along about August the following year, I stuck them both in an envelope. Well, no, that's not even true. I had put them in an envelope, and I had even put a stamp on it, and it had just sat on my desk all that time, and so sealed. I wrote on a note on the back to her, I've had this for almost a year. Addressed and everything. And I got a very kind message back from her. And I think she did. I'm fairly certain she did use them. I think I remember that. Okay. So, what are your all's favorite movies? Like, if you were told tomorrow you had to do a journal or a collage based on a favorite movie, and I know nobody has just one favorite movie. We have different favorite movies for different genres, different times of the year, different moods. If you were told you had to make a collage or a journal based on a specific movie, what would you choose? And how hard do you think it would be to find the stuff for that? Let's talk about that for a hot minute. Oh, you're welcome, Angie. I try to be helpful. I don't always get there, but I do try. I like that, Kristen. Scream is great because you have so many options now. They've done TV show. They've done the original movies. They've done the requel. You are not going to sell that cat. It's never going to happen. Uh-oh, I think I went over the thing again. You're not going to give them away for free either. Shoot. Now I'm going to have to cut the top of this guy's head off. Or just let it hang out there till it dries. I did a thing that I specifically said I shouldn't do. And then I did it. I liked the originals when I watched it. It was an interesting concept, and I thought they did a pretty good job with it. It was an interesting spin on vampire stuff. It's about a burlesque. Oh, yeah. That's a good movie. Yeah. The Birds. Oh, there you go. That's classic and creepy. Who doesn't love a little Hitchcock in their life? Okay, so let's go ahead and nail down those pieces. Okay, so right about there. It's going to be covered up. I don't care. 50 Shades of Grey, all three. Angie's a little racy. Let him hang out. It will be the Easter egg in the journal. There you go. You haven't met Noodles. There's nothing wrong with wanting to do that. A lot of people love those movies. Els loves those movies. There is nothing to be embarrassed about in that. Whatever you love, you love. Love it unashamedly, unabashedly, with pride even. We all have our guilty pleasures, whether it's reality TV, Justin Bieber, the Backstreet Boys, glitter. Never feel like you have to be ashamed of what you love or that you can't freely share it. Now we're going to give you some good-natured ribbon probably, but we're not going to shame you for it. Elle's like, absolutely no glitter ever. That's where her tolerance ends. Oh no. That's terrible. Now you can't enjoy one of the things you really like. It doesn't matter that there's making a big spongy mess over here because we're going to cover that up. That is okay. And then we're going to fix that because nobody needs that much glue right there. That's just getting carried away with life. Let's see, where's the edge of this actual page? And you can't be doing that. There we go. Like no wire hangers, no glitter. Murder mitten. I love it. Carla, that is the perfect name for a cat's paw. It's a murder mitten. I love it. Angie needs a red room. Are you going to beat me with a container of glitter if I do it? Like, what's the punishment for that? How worried do I need to be? Should I be afraid? Very afraid? Do you have a green and pink room? Okay, so I think we want that to go kind of right there. Can you tell if it's... So I think it goes this way. If you know a lot about Star Wars and I just did that wrong, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Ooh, the Lost Boys. That's nice. Husband feeds a feral cat who lives in our yard. Murder mittens. Janice, she agrees with the murder mittens assessment. That is 100% accurate. Harry's definitely got some murder mittens. He's always poking holes in one part or another of Al's. He has ruined many pairs of pants. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man. Okay. We may run some of this down off the page a little bit because we didn't have quite enough. So let's just maybe right about there, and we'll yank that right off. There we go. Living dangerously over here. Oops. Oh. Right? Sometimes Alice calls Harry Satan. Not today, Satan. You're a chicken, Janice. That's okay. Not everybody's cut out for all kinds of. I'll tell you what movie creeped me out. Although not the throwing up scene, which is the one most people say freaked them out. That grossed me out. But if you just take all religious connotation aside, whether you're a Christian or you're not, you believe in demonic possession or not, kind of like the Amityville Horror, if you just take it at face value for what happened, The Exorcist, the things that they describe, whether they're the result of mental illness, supernatural stuff, you just take the events at face value and think about that happening in your life, that shit's horrifying. Just saying. From my perspective, your mileage may vary, but that's kind of my take on that. And the Amityville Horror was debunked as a hoax. The princeling of darkness. He bites hard, he brings blood. Aww. Is he cute though? Does he lull you into a false sense of security and then go for the gusto? Okay, Stephanie. Hope you got whatever you needed to get done, and you had fun doing it. We love lurkers. I have no negative feelings about lurkers. I lurk in many, many, many streams and never say anything. He looks so soft and cuddly, but he's not. Don't be fooled. Don't fall for it. He will get you every time. With his murder mittens. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But that's a very fine activity. I love it. Community support, right? Okay, we got to use Boba Fett. We got to use Fetty. Okay, let's nail some of this stuff down, and then we will think about life. Okay, we wanted to put Yoda. Now we want to put Yoda maybe over here. And maybe up a little bit and put his words over here. We'll put Star Wars over here. Okay, let's see if this is going to work the way I want it to. And we're having this kind of over here. See, that's where we're going to maybe push him up and put Star Wars over here. Trying to cover up them holes, man. Okay, I think that's a thing. We're going to put him. Let's mark the bottom of that. Maybe if I knew what it is. There it is. Where'd my pen go? Okay, let's start with that. Your favorite book is Little Women? I don't think I've ever read that one, although I think I have heard enough to know the general plot. It's on my to-read list. I didn't graduate high school. I got pregnant. So I got my GED and later I went to college. But because I didn't do my last year and a half or so, or maybe even my last 2 years. It's been a long time. I don't remember. I missed a chunk of high school. So I didn't read a lot of the books that you get assigned to. And I don't have many regrets as that's concerned. I'm not going to read them because I think I need to. But there are a few that I feel like they're referenced a lot in other movies and other books. And I'm sure they're referenced in a lot of things. I don't recognize the reference because I haven't read them. So that's the reason I want to read it, so that I, can know the things other people know, kind of thing. Yeah, when you read a lot of the classics, you start picking up on things in other literature, like, oh, that's where that came from, But I'm not just a person that's I feel like I need to read this because we were supposed to. Not every book they made you read was, in my opinion, worth reading. And some of them they don't recommend are highly worth reading. But he is a walking loaf. Are you saying that cat maybe has a little bit of weight issues? He's a big boy. I'm always and forever going to love a cat named Noodles. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I do. Pinky is a pudge. Okay. I'm not sure where I want that yet, but that needs to go right over here. Okay, but I'm not ready yet because whatever goes there needs to go slightly under. Just a little bit under. Oh, that seems just about perfect. Let's do that. Let's make that happen. Okay, yes. Now I remember when Star Wars came out and what a big deal it was. And we had to wait to see it because we had to wait for it to come to the Armed Forces theaters on base. And I remember waiting in a long ass line and Mom kind of bitching a little bit. Like, if we don't get in to see this movie and we've waited all this time. So it's kind of a big deal. I think that's the first movie we ever actually waited in line for. And I was young. I can't remember when the first movie came out, but and I don't remember seeing anything like it, you know? So it made a big impression on me. But I think because I grew up moving around, I wasn't as big a fan as I might have been if I'd, lived someplace my whole life and experienced the movies with a group of people. But I do like them. I think they're okay. Yeah, Arachnophobia had a very funny, despite being a creepy, buggy kind of movie. It's there's like a whole horror comedy kind of genre. I got rid of all mine to leave my ex. I miss those books so much. I do not miss him. Yeah, I'm not trying to accumulate a ton now. And if I knew I were getting old enough and I might be kicking the bucket, I'd be looking for new homes for them, because I know my children aren't going to want that. We got a little thing going on here. Hold on. Missed an edge. There we go. So that is pretty good. Okay, so now we have a better idea of where this is going. And I do want there to be some overlap. We got Fetty. That's the other guy, and I think we're going to put him right there. There's a little gap right there. Okay, I think we need another piece of that red if we can. Well, we may not have any more of the red. Uh-oh. Well, all right, let's see what else we can come up with to put in that space to have a back. I know I shouldn't care. White space is okay. It is. It really is. Okay, Angie. Aw. Well, best of luck. Hope it goes quickly. But get good rest, Angie. Get good rest. Thanks for spending some time with us. Always a joy. Get some cheesecake soon, lady. You need some cheesecake in your life. Okay. Oh, I didn't ink that. We're getting there. We're almost done. Oh, we don't need that way up there. Oh, it should be. Maybe just trim that down a teeny bit. Do. Okay. Now I would definitely do a shining one. I loved the shining. Like either a journal or several collages, because there's so many things you could riff on there. A lot of my stuff would be horror, I would love to do more haunted stuff, and I have some of that stuff coming up in the fall, but just as like a general thing, I think that would be awesome. I love haunted, creepy things. It's a little hard to pull off, though, Okay, where did the... There it goes. Oops, and I didn't want to quite nail that down all the way. You don't like white space either? Well, you'll have to report back to us at some point about the cheesecake. Get good rest, though. Get lots of good rest. It's important. Just want to squish that under there a little bit. There we go. I never get enough glue on their heads. There we go. Ta-da! Okay. There we go. I think that's perfect for Boba Fett. Hope he's nailed down good. There we go. Ta-da! Do you want to put the Phantom Bully in here anywhere? Yeah, I think we can pass on that. I feel like we might need a little C3PO up here. I feel like she needs to be up there by the stormtrooper. And then we could put a couple down here. Maybe like that. Let's see how I like that on the... I look at it on the screen. Nina, picture. Cheesecake. I think I like that. Let's ink them up and stick them down. Yeah. We're almost to the end, guys. We're almost to the end. Okay. So I had a little piece of paper up here. There we go. To glue stuff down. Because these are lightweight, super lightweight magazine pictures. And they're tiny. Glue stick seems like a good way to go. Okay. That one's already nailed down. I had another topic I was going to talk about, and then I totally lost the thread. I lost my train of thought. Okay, now continuing on with things I like to make journals of. I want to do an Alice in Wonderland journal. But everybody and their mother has done an Alice in Wonderland journal. Like, I'm trying to think of a way to make it kind of unique. I have some things collected, but I need to buckle down and collect up more. It doesn't help that I can't quite decide. In what way I want to make it different. And again, I'm not insulting anybody else's Alice in Wonderland journal. I'm just saying it's one of the most common ones I've seen. That's a little bit that what makes me want to do like a Red Riding Hood one, maybe. You don't see that quite as often. Tiny scissors. Okay. See, now this page was damaged before I put it in here. It got crinkled up, sitting in the bin. And I put it in here anyway because I knew this was a glue book. And that stuff would probably get, glued over it. I just totally effed that up. Okay. And I'm missing, oh, there's the other one. Ooh, Zombie Alice. Yeah, there are a couple of books about zombie and the Alice in the Zombie Apocalypse. I can think of two. I can't think of the names, but I remember reading them. I go back to my Goodreads and check the last couple years worth of books. I should be able to figure it out. That's a good suggestion. Or maybe like an upside down tale, you know, where it's from the wolf's perspective. Maybe she really deserved it. We don't know. I think one of the best ones I really liked that was Hoodwinked for Red Riding Hood. Oh my gosh. I love the movie Hoodwinked. The cracked out squirrel. One of my favorite. That's where I got Murder Squirrel from. That's where the idea kind of came to fruition. Are you telling or are you holding it a secret till you get started on them? I know some people don't like to say. It screws up their juju. I love to do like a whole core of the Grimm's fairy tales, the darker versions, but with a twist, you know. I don't necessarily want to rehash. I know, right? Sometimes I don't say ideas I have because somebody's always got to execute it right now. So then you feel like a copycat. That happens to me a lot. And I know that it doesn't matter how many people do the journals. But then you're like, well, there's no point doing it now. I'm just going to seem like I'm copying off somebody else's homework. I totally get you. That happens to me. Like I get excited and I want to tell people stuff, and then I'm like, well, maybe you should shut your mouth. You watch, there'll be a zombie Alice in Wonderland out in days. Just kidding. Or there's somebody out there that's going, dang it, that was my idea. Now they've scooped me. Go ahead and do it, because you know what? It'll be a couple of years before I collect up the things I want. I have an idea for a Harry Potter themed journal, but I'm not going to say what it is because it's going to be a while before I collect up the stuff. And it's not that I don't want somebody to steal the idea. It's that I want to leave it open enough that I'm open to unexpected things if they come my way in Scaventure even. If you get too specific about something, sometimes you lose what might otherwise be a really great part of a journal because you've already fantasized it in your head, you know? I'm having trouble seeing where the ends of the legs are. I don't know that I'm going to use it. I just feel like maybe there's a place for it, you know? Maybe. Can't put it under there now. Which is where I would want it to go is underneath. Okay. Nope, I think we've got it. Now, gonna have to put something back here to strengthen that when I do the back side of this page, because I totally put his head up over, and I'm not going to ink the edges yet, but I'm also going to type up the phrases a place on yourself, right? What's he doing when he's invisible? So I'm going to print up ones that say, May the 4th be with you, and Revenge of the 5th. Revenge of the 5th will probably go down here, and May the 4th be with you will probably go like right in here. But I will work that in because I do want to have those on there. But so these are days. I've already forgot. I think they're days 30. Uh-oh. Oopsie doodle. Careful. I did it on both of them. We're going to cover that up so it doesn't matter. And stuff happens. So we'll have to strengthen up here too. The hookah smoking caterpillar. I always think of that Jefferson Starship song. Is it Jefferson Starship? Am I saying the right thing? Ugh. Okay, so that's going to be the finishing touches. And but that's our let's see. This is the one I did today, so 32. So this is days 33 and 34. So let's go ahead and write that in here somewhere. We're going to do, we'll do the day 33 right here on the Stormtrooper's leg, and that is 5/4/2022. And since we know we're going to put something down here, let's put day 34 4/5/22 right there. So we will probably put, Revenge of the 5th for Revenge of the Sith. All the characters say, well, yeah, because the guy that wrote the book was on drugs. Thank you, Janice. I can't sit. It's right there on the screen, and I'm like, what day is it? Okay, so how many pages do we have left to do in here? We have the other half of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that probably means 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got 11 to do. Not too bad. But look at it, it's coming up nicely. I think I have a couple other things I might want to add to the cover. Still have things going on over here. I have ideas. So we have slightly more than 11 because we have a pages at the beginning and the end. And I do want to put something even right here. Okay. So it was Jefferson. I was like, is it airplane? Is it starship? So, but I'm pretty happy with how this is coming out. I have now my list of fun holidays that we can, we can play with. And let's see how many gajillions of hours I've been on. And look, I still have Star Wars stuff to use for later on if I want to. A giant sneaker. I love a giant sneaker, though. Jefferson Subway. Jefferson bicycle, maybe. All forms of transportation. Jefferson electric car now, right? Hybrid. Where was I going? Oh, how long have we been on? Almost 2 hours, guys. Wow. Nina. I like it. Okay, so I think we have wrapped it up. I will be on tomorrow night. And what else? I told you earlier what I was going to do too. Oh, that's right. I remember now. I'm going to show you something. So I love to upcycle. And I haven't always done a very good job at it. So these are the covers of a travel magazine that Elle's got. And I've had it before too. I just love the thickness and texture of this cover. And although what I'm going to do doesn't preserve the texture, this would have otherwise gone in the trash. Now I've cut this one a little smaller than this one. And these are going to be for my 12 of 22 Jefferson Tesla. Colorado. There's a lot to love in Colorado. It's a nice place. Or so I'm led to believe. So these are going to be my 12 of 22 journals. One of them will obviously be the one I pick, but I'm going to make 2. It seems to be my habit. So this one is going to be, I hope, a vintage one. I haven't fully nailed down what I'm doing with that, but Alice has challenged me on, like, I need an idea that I normally wouldn't do, but that I might do well at. You can't, I know. I asked Alice, give me a thing. She said vintage, and I went, fuck. But this other one, I got these squares. She had a few out. I think that she was putting in a Happy Meal. I don't know if these are still in her store, but they were in a live sale at one point, and I do believe they were or are in her store. She can probably confirm that. But there's 2 of each pattern. And I remember not thinking much of them at the time, but I've come a long way, baby. So I'm a little bit less closed-minded. I don't absolutely love every pattern in here, but I'm just trying to show off all the patterns. So there we go. Some fun stuff in there, right? So this is going to be the one that goes on the spine. So this was my thought. I cut it down the size of the cover because it was the same size as this one, obviously, at one point. But I cut it down because I wanted it to be the same size as this. So I'm going to make them all into little tiny book cloths. You have one. I just think they're fun. And obviously I won't need all of them, but then I thought I could cut them. We have pinking shears somewhere. And I do want to keep the pinking shear edge. But then once they're book cloth, I can cut them into different size shapes and kind of make it's not exactly a collage, a mosaic kind of thing going on the cover. I don't want to break out the sewing machine for this because I want people to see that you don't always have to sew everything down. even though I'm dying to use my sewing machine that I got for my birthday. So that's going to be the start. And then other stuff will go underneath it. And this will be the last part to reinforce the spine on the outside. So we'll work on some of this stuff tomorrow. I don't have my vintage thing planned out yet. So, but I'll look for some stuff tonight. I have kind of an idea because I got this book during this convention, during the community yard sales convention, New York Then and Now, which is what finally made me start thinking seriously about Elle's suggestion. So there are pictures of the same place then and now, whenever this book was made. So I thought I could pick a few pictures out of here to start with and roll from there. But there are some really cool ones in here, you know. And, you know, I have no shame. I'll tear apart any book. So that's the thought I had with this one. So I don't know if it's just going to be nature themed or just have the fabric probably inside and out. I will do that inside and out. And then maybe just put some colored paper, some light colored paper in there and some stripy paper and stuff like that and go that way. But they were sitting here and this was sitting here and I was thinking about it today and I was like, I'm doing it. It's going to happen. So this will be vintage. So we may work on the cover of this. We will at the very least get it reinforced. And then time allowing, I got a huge, I got huge for me. I never find this kind of stuff. This is Elle's kind of stuff. But the cover was loose. So this is the size it was originally, and this is what I cut it down to. This is what it wound up as being. But it's a sketch pad, and they're 18 by 12 inch piece, you know. And it's pretty full. There were maybe 4 or 5 pieces missing out of it, I think. So not only do I have a huge sketch pad, yay. And guess how much it was, guys? 75 cents. I've never paid that little for something like, you know, even close to that. Get in there. Stay. Ugh, you're going to be a dick now. Okay, so this kind of falls into the same thing, although not in the, this is not within the size parameters of the journal challenge, but this is kind of a vintage thing too. Now I want to work it so that not necessarily the words London. I don't want this to be like travel themed, but I thought I would use this Tim Holtz pizza fabric that I tea dyed for a grungy kind of journal. Woohoo, 75? Yeah, 75 cents. And I'm not saying she like shoves me out of the way and grabs it. I'm just saying normally I'm not paying well enough attention to find something like that. I'm a little bit of a meanderer, you know. So yeah, I thought we could do this as a grungy glue book. We're gonna have all kinds of glue books going if I have my way. I wasn't that thrilled about it plain.
A little bit.
What?
Would you like some puppies? I'm starving. A little bit of a meanderer?
Can I have a couple more?
You're distracted by puppies.
What's your point?
Here, did you show everybody what I found you yesterday?
No, not yet. I'm getting there.
Your new toy?
Well, that other thing too.
Yeah, well, that's not.
Excuse me while I crunch this puppy. I'm sorry. Caramel covered puppy things. And she says I'm distracted, but she's distracting me. Yeah, I get overstimulated. And then I'm like, there's too much to say. So I'm probably going to make these into book cloth tonight or tomorrow morning. And I thought we could play with these covers. Because I think it was stored like in somebody's garage. So when I folded it, it cracked. But I still want to use it. So Elle said use that that brown, what kind of tape is it? Paper tape? I think that's what it is. The puffy pusher strikes again. We need to get an image for that, right? What else looks like as a puffy pusher? It's a little bit like a drug dealer, but like sexier and grittier, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Occasionally I do get things done earlier. You're like, what? Shut the front door. Only you don't use the words front door. So tape over this side. I'm going to reinforce it with some grungy muslin on the inside because that's my jam. I don't know about the inside cover on this. Yeah, right? That's one of the thoughts I had. I'm not really a sketchy person because I don't know how to draw. And I feel intimidated by such a big sheet. But they are great for drop cloths. They look good tea-dyed. Just saying. They also suck up the colored dye, so they look really good with light colors. Yeah, but I think you could still make it work with some of the. Let me see if I know where I put that. I had it. I just saw it, which is like the kiss of death for me. I just saw it. I found it. Are you scared? Are you scared? I found it the first place I looked for it. Okay, so it's this. Let's see. And I did buy it off Amazon. Packaging brown craft, no tear, no water needed. Paper tape. Made in China. I feel like what isn't made in China anymore? Let me pull the wrap off. It's matte, which is one of the advantages over the Tyvek tape I have. It's too shiny. I don't like it. Terrified. She's cowering in the corner. Bad things are coming. So I'm going to use this. It's still a little shiny, but it's more matte than the Tyvek tape. And Els has used it with success. So I'm going to reinforce it with that. So if you want to reuse those posters, Carla, or you want to, send a few this way eventually. I'm not saying do it now. I love to upcycle things. Love it. And I haven't done as much upcycling as I'd like. So I thought that would be a good way to reinforce this because eventually doing this enough will just make it fall apart, right? But I love a good semi-soft cover journal. I'm almost to the point where I'm like, I have all these book covers, but I love making the semi-soft covers. They make me happy. So yeah, a little muslin in here, and then we'll either decide on fabric or paper. Probably paper. I'm leaning towards paper on the inside. So if you guys are amenable, that will be our hanging in the hollow tomorrow. If you'd rather see collage or something else, let me know. Otherwise, we will collage on Sunday. But yeah, I'm kind of feeling the vibe here. The other thing we did find was a brand new. This was yesterday's convention at one of the either the Salvation Army or the. Where's the other place we went? The Deseret Industries was the other place we went. Where everything was, the Salvation Army, everything was $1.99. Different kind of time cards, guys. I haven't even cracked open the package yet. Should we crack open? Yeah, let's do that. Let's see if they're blank on the back or if they have stuff. Let's see. Let's look at the whole thing. People's like, jelly plate. What are we saying jelly plate about? Look at all the eyeballs. Party Dar wasn't visiting her son. She'd be chanting right along with you. She really wants me to jelly plate. For whatever crazy reason. Okay, that's like the advertisement one. Which will still get dyed because it's still usable, right? Oh, these are thick too. Oh, and they have a front and a back. Look, there's a little cat down there. Let's see if I can make it on the. There's a sassy cat down there. On both sides. So these are green on one side and kind of orangey brown on the other. Acro Print Time Recorder from Raleigh, North Carolina. I don't know if these are vintage or not. Let's see. Let's see if we can tell it all. 250 though, weekly / bi-weekly. for the ATR 120 time clock. Wow. Indian giver? Are you really going to come take them from me? Oh, 12 boxes. That is an awesome sight. Can you imagine the fun stuff? Like a giant envelope journal with just covers, and oh my gosh. They would look great dyed. You could do so much with that, Carla. You could make a ton of stuff. You'd have to open your own Etsy shop. Okay, so you guys feeling the making the 12 of 12 vibe, or would you rather see something else? You'd like me to just shut up altogether? Feel free. Okay, so stuff. Now there's our Star Wars thing back. Holy cow. I would love to find a score like that. Whatever you're in the mood for. Janice is always like, whatever. Just come on and do something. Okay, so I'm looking at this on the screen. I think except for adding in the titles, I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, strong arm 'em. All right, so I will be doing a Scraps of Joy video like I've already done yesterday and today. Tomorrow, I will do the Scraps of Joy, but the video will not come out until Saturday because I'm doing the 1-day delay. So don't panic. I'm keeping up with the Scraps of Joy. You're still going to see videos. I just had a momentary pause in things. You try and drop in huge hints. I don't blame you. That is enviable right there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Carla could make us all journals. Or she could be mailing stuff out for years. She'd be 90 going, I still have 4 boxes and I'm going to mail out stuff till I've used every one. Noodles, get off that envelope. All right, we are all done. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I will see you tomorrow night. I should be on at 5. Yeah, I think 5 is a good time. And we have now probably been on for over 2 hours because I kept, over 2 hours. So however you guys are spending your days and nights, I hope it brings you great joy and happiness. Each and every one of you absolutely deserves it. Until I see you in one of my lives or in a box somewhere, I wish you the happiest of crafting. Yeah, so tomorrow at 5, Sunday at, let's call it 2 o'clock. Bright blessings and hugs and hisses to anybody who wants them. Bye, 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 bye. The end. Yes, thank you for putting up with our weirdness. There's plenty of it. The end.